It's Thursday, February 25th, and you're watching The Great Lost Rewatch. Today we're talking about Lighthouse. We've been hearing from the producers that Season 6 is going to be a lot like Season 1, and so far in the episode structure alone, that has proven to be very true. And you can see some parallels between the two seasons with the episodes, but truly that's never been more so than this week with the episode Lighthouse and its Season 1 twin, White Rabbit. White Rabbit was the first episode where we learned that Jack has daddy issues, and just how prevalent a part daddy issues would play. We discovered that Sideways Jack is himself a father. He has a, I think they said 15-year-old son named David. It's clear that their relationship is kind of icy. Jack soon discovers that his son is still playing the piano and he has an audition for some repertory school. He was afraid that if he would fail, Jack would be disappointed in him. Which is certainly a feeling Jack is familiar with his own father.
I will always love you. No matter what you do, in my eyes, you can never fail.
This is the first week for me anyway that I found the Sideways story just as interesting as the Island story, and certainly more emotionally gratifying. He is broken free of that kind of abusive pressure that so suffocated Jack as a child. He recognizes it and he's changing it in himself towards his own son. And I just thought that was so beautiful. Some big questions, though, from this flash sideways. Jack treated his appendix scar very strangely, like he didn't remember having that procedure at all. Who is David's mother? Because I don't think it's Sarah. I think the biggest probability is that it's Juliet. There are so many nods to Alice in Wonderland, which has been done on the show before, but like, David's reading a book about Alice in Wonderland. I mean, that's how literal it gets. You see a white ceramic rabbit. But also on the island, I mean, literally there is a looking glass that we are looking through. Hurley sees Jacob again investigating the spring. Hurley has been instructed by Jacob to take Jack with him. A huge reason that Lost is just better than any other television show, for me anyway, is the range of emotions that I can go through in one episode. I've already talked about how that scene with Jack and his son David almost made me cry, and Hurley was cracking me up in this episode. He just had so many great one-liners in this episode. My favorite being when he turns to Jack and says, "Look, it's you and me walking through the jungle about to do something we don't quite understand. It's just like old times. Good times." But that's what made this episode so great. All of the nods to Season 1. Especially when we get to the caves, which we had not been to since Season 1, because they tore that set down to build the hatch set. Jack found Shannon's inhaler. It took 6 seasons, but there's that mystery solved. Check that off the list. And we see Adam and Eve again, and Hurley says, "Dude, this could be us," which is a theory that fans have been talking about forever. But mostly I think they just had Hurley bring it up just to remind the audience, hey, remember these skeletons? Don't forget about them. Jack tells Hurley the real story about how he found the caves, how he was searching for the ghost of his dead father. I think truly deep down, Jack is doing the same thing that he was doing in White Rabbit. He is searching for his father, whose body was mysteriously never found. I mean, ever since what happened in the episode The Life and Death of Jeremy Bentham, and Locke said to Jack, "Look, I saw your father, Christian. He didn't look dead to me." It's been plaguing Jack in his mind. Maybe my father is still there on the island, and that's his kind of secret motivation. He tells Hurley he came back because he was broken. Who broke him, essentially, and made him like he is his father. I think Jack thinks that Jacob knows about his father. We finally make it to the lighthouse, and Jacob's instructions are to turn the mirrors to 108 degrees. The first place that I thought I saw was the place where Sun and Jin got married, and the next place seemed to be the church where Sawyer's parents' funeral was held. Jack sees himself labeled by, the number 23, so he moves the mirror to that and he sees his childhood home. Jack completely, freaks out. Jack! Did we not have a talk with Sawyer last season about thinking before reacting, i.e. breaking lighthouse mirrors that possibly have all the answers in them? Finally, Jacob appears to Hurley. Some people need to figure it out on their own, meaning that I guess this was supposed to happen. Mostly, I think it was to get Jack and Hurley the hell away from the temple because something is about to go down. It took 6 seasons. 6 seasons. And I can't believe I'm saying this, but I finally find Claire interesting. Claire is a wackadoo. Like, truly, she has gone Rousseau. Her baby was taken from her, although not really taken. Does Claire not remember that she kind of just left Aaron there? She was talking about my friend. I went, well, it's the smoke monster. I mean, that's obvious. And the Loch Ness monster shows up and Jin's like, Locke? And Claire says, that's not Locke, he's my friend. Next week's episode is called Sundown, so it seems that the similarities in character order from seasons 1 and 6 will continue, because in season 1 we had House of the Rising Sun, and here we have Sundown.
We're gonna need to watch that again.
Jack just has so many daddy issues that his son, like, inherited his daddy issues. Truly. But you know what they say, all the best cowboys have them.